I think I'm consistently coming up and sharing my experience. And every time I hear a new experience, I really get motivated. To be honest, this for me, it's the beginning of the journey right now. Last 40 days have been really good. I saw some differences, but I really want to, go and move forward and really make some differences in my life that I really am looking for. So really appreciate all the CEO members, masters who are helping me to, think differently, do things in a different way. So yeah, that's really really awesome. I really wish this journey would have started 10 years ago. I would have been in a different place, but now it's just started. So looking forward to it. And once again, I want to extend all my thanks to you, Chandra sir, to the coordinators, to everyone who is helping out, answering questions, and to this group who is motivating and really helping to keep me moving in a positive direction and stay consistent with this entire program and learn something new every day and just trying to apply things. So yeah, like really, really, really great experience.
Good morning and good evening, friends and masters. Welcome to the day 4 of the 40 days program. So thank you for joining regularly and being with us in this journey. So today we'll learn more about how meditation helps our brain to move into the beneficiary states and how meditation reprograms our subconscious mind and expands our conscious mind with higher wisdom. So with this, I hand over to our master, Chandra sir, to take over the session. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, wonderful evening. Yesterday, we were talking about meditation and wisdom, developing awareness and life to life force. And so then we live a life of unlimited, and we live a life of fullness. Then the other path we talked about is meditation and wisdom will help us assimilate and understand the higher truths through seeing, by experiencing through meditation path. We are every day meditating, helping us to experience that connection, understanding that I am the whole, understanding that others are not too different from me, understanding that freedom is fundamental to everybody. I cannot interfere into somebody. Understanding that experiences are temporary. And so then why attach to them? And so then it leads towards liberated life. That means life of no suffering. These two are there. One is liberated life. Second is to live life to the full. That means we are experiencing many things, but not of feeling that there is unhappiness inside. The suffering is not there. The normal wisdom is saying that if you have a desire and if you are looking after, if you're seeking after things, or seeking after experiences, then somewhere you're attached to the desire. You have too many desires, and so then you're having a lot of challenges. Because then if the desires don't come, then we are unhappy. Desires are there. Desire is the cause of the suffering. And the desire, because if the desire doesn't happen, then we are unhappy. The real cause of suffering is not the desire by itself. The cause of the suffering is attachment to the desire. Attachment to the outcome of the desire. Krishna is a greed or excessive attachment. Attachment to the outcome of the desire. It is fundamental reason for suffering, which comes due to, of course, lack of knowledge. That's Gautama Buddha. Avidya is the root of the suffering. I used to read this statement, suffering is due to individual ignorance. I used to wonder, how is that my ignorance is causing suffering? When things don't come to us, then we are blaming, and then of course the blame is perpetuating into more blame from both sides, causes more suffering. The root there is that the way I think and feel is always perpetuating into a reality for me, lack of understanding. That I understood that our thoughts, our feelings perpetuate into outer experiences. Our words are triggering many of the same thoughts and feelings, and so perpetuate into experiences. And when we understand that, then suffering goes. If I'm thinking that people are not cooperating with me, and so that I feel bad, ignorance. If I change my thought, if I am coherent with them, then they cooperate. Our understanding came, so people cooperate with me. Meditation helps us to understand these higher truths. That wisdom with meditation, slowly, it helps us to look into it, become more insightful. This is to remove suffering, which is bound to happen. It's bound to happen. But most of as the awareness is built, as we understand the knowledge, as we experience, the more insightful, then automatically we are coming out of suffering. Attachment. How do you overcome attachment? When we know that experiences are temporary, when we understand this, the more we experiment with your thought and the more you attract experience, the moment you remove thought, experience goes, and you start recognizing this all with me, and so that attachment starts disappearing. When we understand the connection is there to everybody, and we understand everything is energy to matter, and so then we also understand the process of death is simple continuity. And so then our attachments to the people will disappear slowly. And so then suffering will reduce and reduce. It's bound to happen. But to lead a life of fullness, mindfulness is there, awareness is there. So we are in the present moment experiencing everything we do. I'm eating a fruit, I'm with it. My mind is not wandering here, there, while eating this fruit and say, oh, there must be something better in Bombay's mangoes are much better than this, but we miss the point here. We're eating a fruit from Vijayawada, but we're thinking about Bombay mangoes. Present moment awareness is developed more and more. And so we are experiencing the moment fully, because where you place your attention, where you place your energy, and so, and so then we are energetically here in whatever we do, and so that brings fullness to the experience. That's what is called mindfulness. You're full with that experience. You're curiously present in the moment without judgment about how good it is and not good it is, and then being there with it. Non-judgmental awareness in the present moment on whatever you're doing with curiosity to learn. Mindfulness. It is developed. Now, to create a life of unlimited, two core things are essential. One, we need to become coherent. Coherent is connected within ourselves. Body needs to become coherent so that body can be coherency, and body means that all parts of the body are working in unison. Sympathetic working for 20 seconds, parasympathetic not working at all, leads to a lot of stress. Body becoming coherent means that they're all working in unison. And then we, in coherency with other people around, then we coherence in with the whole quantum field. Coherence means we are supporting each other, working, handing off with each other, like a group of musicians, like a group of players in a match. Individually, they may be good, but if they have to come together, support each other, that's coherence. And we know this. If a group of us in a meeting, if we're not coherent, we get little achieved. So in order to get maximum achieved, we need to become coherent. It happens when you're in a high vibration. We know this. If I'm sulking in a meeting because nobody cares for me, then you are blocking. The energy does not move. When the points are changed across, it comes to you, then you're not even responding. And so there's energy blocked there. And so you're not coherent. So you're breaking things apart there. Meditation keeps us by default in a high vibration. So it brings coherence, most important for creation. When you're on high vibration, then we are coherent with the quantum field, the energy field. The books by David Hawkins, Power versus Force, or Dr. Joe Dispenza, we can understand this concept a little more closely when you read the book called Becoming Supernatural. About when you're in high vibration, then we are fundamentally in coherence with the quantum field of possibilities. That means what we think then can come into our life. So first part is to go into high vibration. Meditation develops high vibration because it sort of helps us to remove all the negativity. Slowly, the negative thought is dropped. Past memories of unwanted stuff is dropped. And so we stop worrying about things that have happened. We stop projecting about things that may happen. And so we come into the present moment, we get into a good vibration. And so then we become coherent with people. We become peaceful. And we are peaceful and calm. Of course, we invite coherency from others. We know that. An agitated child does not even want to go close to them. So is the case with an agitated boss, then colleagues or the team members are not going close to them because that vibration is there. Meditation, just bringing peace and calmness, is sufficient. Temporarily peace and calmness, but over a period of time with knowledge, we understand and then we recognize we are too attached to things. And so the more we lose that attachment, and so the more calm and peaceful we become inside. Because the agitation comes when things don't happen the way we want. Too attached to the outcomes, too attached to things, and that the detachment must come. Meditation is developing over a period of time. And so coherence is an important aspect to create, that we need to be in high vibration, good mood, good vibration. And the second thing is focus and attention. If thoughts attract things, then we must have attention towards things that we want to experience. We are otherwise too distracted. Today, this project in this company, tomorrow a job in that company, day after tomorrow I want to be in this job, in this business. Too many things are there. Not focused. We need attention and focus towards things that really matter to us. And so meditation, as it removes the clutter from the mind, as it removes the distraction, then it is helping us to build focus. These two things automatically start coming when we practice coherence and focus so that we start creating. Creation requires that we need to be coherent, so then we are by default vibrationally matching with things around, and so then the cooperation happens, and so then we start creating. And focus is required so that we know what is it that we really want. Our energy is not dissipated in multiple things. It's common sense. And while we do, so then we have attract to fullness into life and then complete into an unlimited experiences. If things don't happen, they take time of their own nature, we're not agitated because we stay detached to the experience. We know that it happens. Then what is the worry about why we are so agitated? We patiently wait for anything to happen to us. Many things we'll understand, dear friends, but to creation requires coherence and focus. Meditation develops plenty. To not get attached to an experience requires that detachment, understanding that experiences are temporary, impermanent. We will realize that as we are going into the field, and then as we're experimenting with thoughts create reality, as we are finding connection, that everything is with me. And so I don't need to go after something. I only need to create out of an abundant position. And so they'll come to me at the right time. This understanding will develop. And so then we live a life of non-suffering. So let's go into the meditation once again, dear friends. We will understand a little more scientifically the mind divided into, there are multiple areas of the mind, and then what happens by default, and then how meditation, scientifically, what is it doing to the mind? And so then we bring some of these benefits. We understand that post-meditation, first we go into the practice. We are doing breath mindfulness meditation. Those of you who join new today, we go back and listen to the day 1, day 2, day 3 recordings, get clearer understanding, particularly day 1 and day 2, about the process, why we are doing what we are doing, and read about the process. So we are doing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind and then be in that empty state for as long as we can. So the goal is to empty the mind means in a reduced thought state to begin with. Reduce the thoughts, thousands of thoughts, rather reduce them. And then slowly go into the emptiness automatically. And this happens automatically when we observe a breath, our natural breath, with the closed eyes. So I put up a chart on to the posture and the process. I see in the picture, you sit down in the sofa chair or on the floor, cross-legged, feet crossed at ankle if you're sitting in a chair, and then fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap, eyes closed, observe your normal natural breath. If you're wearing spectacles, remove them. And when you observe the breath, slowly mind becomes empty. Now, where do you observe the breath? Take a reference point on the nose, anywhere, preferably in the middle of the eyebrows, or anywhere. Take a reference point, put your attention at that point, and then observe the breath going in and coming out at that point on the nose, wherever you're putting your attention. When you observe the breath that is going in and coming out, that natural breath, slowly, our mind becomes empty. The thoughts start coming down, and slowly mind is becoming empty of thought. As mind is becoming empty of thought, then you start experiencing total emptiness all around. That emptiness may be black, dark, is blue color, anything. It is empty means void, nothing around, nothing is there. So experience that emptiness around, be in that state of emptiness. And then at any given time, thoughts come and thoughts do come. And if you notice you have thought, your attention, take you back to again the breath. You start the process all over, observing the breath anywhere in the nose again. And again, slowly go into the empty states and then linger in that empty state for as long as you can. Again, thoughts come, disrupt that empty state, and again we then go back to the breath again. This is a process we continue, and then before you do that, we're practicing a process called heart elevation. To go into that elevated emotion state, high vibration state, just follow my guidance, dear friends. And in heart elevation, the process is simple as in the picture. You're keeping your hands on your chest area, and the rest of it you follow my guidance. And then we do this for a few minutes. Then finally we'll go into breath mindfulness meditation. Relax yourself, sit comfortably, relax your body. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, keep your hands on your chest area and rest your attention on your sacred heart. And with a slow, long, relaxing breath, can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel the seat of all emotions. Come on, dear friends, connect with your heart center. Feel the beat and rhythm of your heart, the center of all emotions. Nurturing all life with its energies of love, gratitude, compassion. And can you recollect an experience from your past, from your present, where you felt enormous love, compassion, kindness, gratitude, and relive that moment and feel that energy, that emotion. Relive that moment and feel that energy, and allow yourself to direct that energy onto everything and everybody. Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. feel it, dear friends. Relive that moment and intend to send that energy to all things and everybody. The more you experience love, gratitude, compassion, the more coherent you become, the more one you feel. We are all deeply interconnected. We are specks of energy deep inside. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers. Hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are going into powerful group meditation. Allow yourself to slowly experience emptiness. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. as your mind is becoming empty, you experience a greater emptiness. That quantum field of energy. It is natural to have thought. When you recognize you are thinking, go back to observing your breath, dear friends, and allow yourself to slowly become empty. as the mind is becoming empty, we allow our body to function at its natural best. We develop the power of thought. We develop greater present moment awareness, mindfulness. Be with your breath. Allow yourself to merge into that in-breath and the out-breath, and allow yourself to experience the emptiness inside of you, all around you. allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience the emptiness and blackness. Become aware of that emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of energy with infinite possibilities. The longer you stay aware, of this emptiness and this energy, the more you become of it, the more you receive from it. Tell yourself to stay connected to this emptiness, that void. The longer you linger in this field of energy, the field of wisdom, the more experiences you draw into your life, the more insightful you become. Tell yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. This is your greater mind. Everybody and everything are connected in this field of energy. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, this energy, the more one you become. The more conscious you become. Friends, at this time, let's express gratitude. Gratitude to all things and everybody. Gratitude to your parents, your teachers, your mentors, for expanding your knowledge and wisdom. Can you express gratitude to your family, friends, colleagues, relatives, everybody for helping you experience many things? Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, the animals, the planets, stars, to the Mother Earth, for making our lives so beautiful, filled with energy, mystery, and more. Give thanks to everything you use, the technology, the government, the companies, the institutes, supporting the life in many, many ways. Gratitude to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others, and to this intelligent quantum field, the universe, for helping us experience this beautiful life. Gratitude. Just the ultimate share of a receiver share. Relax your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. I want to remind that we do not compare our experience of meditation from yesterday to today, neither do we compare our experience with somebody else. What happens in meditation is unpredictable. One day we feel we are fully empty, and we don't know where we were. We had a deep meditation. Another day we feel that we're just coming out of meditation with a lot of thought. Absolutely fine. What happens from the beginning to the end, we never can know. Because the intention with which we go into meditation is to empty ourselves, and so intentions work. And then for many, many pockets of seconds of time that would have gone into empty state. So every meditation by default is a good meditation. We reduce the effect of meditation by telling ourselves, because our thoughts create reality, saying that today I had too many thoughts, I didn't have good meditation, I was just too disturbed. When you use these words, then we are diminishing the effect of meditation. As we always remind, our job is to close our eyes and sit down and then see how much I'm seriously practicing. And every time thoughts come, I'm bringing my attention back to the breath. That's all. That is our job. And rest of it, what happens in meditation and then how it is transforming and changing is not in our control, but things do happen though. Just have to experiment patiently. How do I know it's working? The way we sleep, the depth of the sleep, our awareness in the moment, not getting agitated, and all that good stuff that you're thinking, power of thoughts of what you think come into life, feeling good for no reason, letting go of things pretty easily. So many things, all of them will slowly notice. And of course, great health in the body. Before we go into understand scientifically what's happening when we do this process every day into our brain, we said in day one, meditation is helping us to train the mind. It's a shift in the mind, the mindset shift. So there must be some scientific evidence of it, according to neuroscience. What's exact? Neuroscience is the science that is dealing with the brain. And so we'll understand brain and mind. So we'll understand a little bit of that. Before that, let me invite and introduce the remaining facilitators who are helping keep our WhatsApp groups engaged and going. And I hope you are sharing each of your experiences in the WhatsApp groups. However little that is, if you write, there can be an answer, there can be a relation to many other people, because a lot of people may be thinking, oh, that person is sharing that, no, they're seeing this and that. Nothing is happening to me. I never had anything like that for years. Well, I had every now and then a little bit of glimpses of some energy and experience, but I never had any experiences and visions that the way others talk about it is absolutely okay. So mentioning something like that will help relate to others. And of course, there can be many answers from the facilitators. So please do share actively whatever that you're experiencing. Yes. Let me invite Nagendra.
Morning, everyone. My name is Nagendra. I'm working as a cloud solution architect for Microsoft. I started my meditation journey with the CEO since 1.5 years. I initially got into meditation just to reduce my stress and anxiety. With regular practice of meditation for even for few days, I was able to get the stress and anxiety getting reduced, and then with the continuous practice within 3 months, completely the stress and anxiety got reduced. Then I attended the advanced meditation retreat, which happened in September 2022. During that time, I had a heavy pain in my hand actually due to prolonged work in computer. I'm sitting for more than 12 hours. So during the session, one of the session, I had a heavy pain in my hand, and completely on from that particular day, the pain got reduced until now. My hand pain is not there, and just I came to meditation just to reduce my anxiety and stress. But I am seeing so many other benefits just by doing this process. So I got so many other benefits, and I started saving my energy and time. Um, I was initially it was very difficult for me to manage my time, and now I'm managing my time because I know what is energy is and then how to save energy. With that, I'm able to manage my time. Thank you, sir. I manage group Earth 3, Earth 4, and Space 3.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Nagendra. We have Nanachi Garu and Surbhi Jain. Is that on the screen? Apurva.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Are they there?
Yes, we have Nanaji, sir.
Who is that? Yes, Nanaji garu.
Good morning, my masters, and good evening, everyone. My name is Nanaji Rao. I live in Abu Dhabi. I'm practicing meditation for many years, and I'm acquainted with the Buddha CEO from last 4 years. I got benefited through this 40 days program, through manifestation techniques. And I came to know that my thoughts creates my own realities. So this program is a wonderful program, my masters. Please get benefited. Please join regularly and consistently do the meditation. Okay. And I am representing Fire 1 and Fire 2. If you have any questions, any doubts, please come forward and send messages. I will answer. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Fire. Fire.
Fire 1 and Fire 2. Yeah.
Fire 1 and Fire 2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Great. Fire is wisdom. The perfect thing to be there. It's in the middle of being here and being there. Right, friends. So let me bring up a few charts. And then we will share, because we have a little less time. So let me bring up a few charts, and then, depending on the time available, we'll share how your experience today has been from meditation, if you would like to share. So brain waves and changes to conscious, subconscious mind. Meditation is reprogramming the mind. It's also altering the brain waves. Every thought, brainwave is called the thought frequency, thought wave. Every thought is energy. Every thought in the brain is energy, and so there is a wave, there is a frequency associated with it. Energy means waves. We all read a little bit of science, the wave has an amplitude and frequency. How high and low, and then how frequently it happens at high and low. And so the brain waves are thoughts, basically. Meditation is altering the brain waves, the structure, and then also altering the structure of the brain. And so then it is, by doing so, is reprogramming the mind. Now, suddenly from brain, we use the word mind. So the brain is the physical matter, physical substance. Mind is the brain in action. But mind otherwise is thought, and thought is energy. And so it is there in the field of energy. We simply interchange the words, and we use the words that way. But mind is thought, thought is energy. Energy means what? It is there everywhere. And that thought energy is, brain is mind in action, so it is transformed into some kind of substance depending on the type of thought, that is type of signal, energy is signal, type of frequency signal that it is seeing, taking, then it is transformed into chemicals like neuropeptides. And then as a result, the body functions from it. But we can simply say brain is mind in action, that all the thoughts that are absorbed by the brain, different parts of the brain are taking that and then appropriately responding. The part of the brain that is vision, processing the vision input, sensory inputs. And so then it is giving us an experience of seeing things. So the three brains, conscious and subconscious and then unconscious, are not as medical word unconscious, where we're not aware of anything about it, the way it functions. In the scientific terms for the three aspects of the brain are neocortex, limbic system, and reptilian complex. The outer area, the big area, as you can see in the peach color one, is called the neocortex, called human brain. Humans process it. The middle, the little yellow color one, smaller size, much smaller size than the outer end, is called limbic system. The further smaller orange color thing that connected to the pink color, the vertebra, is called reptilian complex. The small pink color one, the orange color one here, this one is the reptilian complex, is simply taking care of the body's autonomous functions. It's called survival brain, taking care of blood circulation, lungs going up and down, so shrinking and contracting and expanding, many cell processes, biological processes, all that is taken care by this survival brain. But then it gets signal from this subconscious, which in turn is supported by the conscious, which is scanning all the environment through sensory perceptions, and then many other functions it is doing. So the neocortex is called conscious mind, the big part of the brain of the human, conscious mind, which is consciously, it's called human brain because it processes a lot of information from the environment. And then it, of course, pulling out information from the past, it's stored and makes decisions called cognitive powers. A lot of that is human brain. Only humans have this rational thinking, analysis, cognitive capability, decision making, all that. Subconscious mind is feelings and long-term memory and all of that. Is called emotions brain. And the third one is an autonomous brain function. So we ignore that for a moment. So having that understanding a little bit, and then the thoughts that are there in this whole mind, one is conscious, subconscious. The thoughts that are there have different frequency, I mentioned. Meditation is reprogramming the mind or the different thoughts into different types, and then it's altering the structure. So a little bit more, the conscious mind, which is mapped to the neocortex, mostly I use the word mostly because it's not exactly that way, but we can say that the conscious mind has got thousands and thousands of thoughts that are negative, repetitive. And the subconscious mind, which is the ground of all thought, is also called the chitta in Sanskrit. Manas is the conscious, you can say. Chitta is the subconscious. Buddhi is the rational part of the mind, which is taking information from subconscious and conscious combined. And so then you have this rational part, which is buddhi or the intellect. So mano, buddhi, chitta. Ahankara is the one that you become based on how you think and feel about you, is the rest of the body part, the body's, the memory, that is what it becomes. So the subconscious, which is the manas, or the ground of all thinking, contains what you are as a beliefs. The belief system that makes us think and feel about ourselves in a certain way. And so that is there in this limbic brain or subconscious mind. And then 90% of our life experiences are driven through this belief system, or a personality. That's called a personality, belief system. And in most cases, they are considered limitations, limiting mind. It's called beliefs. Beliefs are what we, for example, some people think that without non-vegetarian food, there's no life. Our body requires protein, and that only comes from non-vegetarian food. That's a belief system. Elephant eats just vegetarian food. Is the most heaviest animal, or the strongest animal there. Horse eats vegetarian and just runs so fast. That's a belief system that I have to have non-veg food to be strong. Belief. Limitation, because of which you don't eat most of the other food that's available. I know most of the time you ignore that food. 8 hours of sleep, belief system. Many people can sleep for an hour, 2, 3, and then still be able to have an active day. And so have a belief system, limitation. And so the next day, we struggle if I didn't sleep for 8 hours. If I slept for 4, and then we're already creating a poor day the next day. Belief system, it causes us to limit the experience of life. So conscious mind, subconscious mind are there. One is full of thought, which is resulted through the belief system as we process events that are happening, right? And so then the conscious mind has that kind of thought. And so both of them, the negative reality, repetitive reality, and then belief system is the limited reality. This is how we can say thoughts create things. So what meditation is doing is that meditation is structurally changing the brain and altering these thoughts. As I mentioned, a normal human, an average human, is using only a tiny percent of this conscious mind, the big gift, the prized gift that humans have, which is for creation, by learning, and we learn a lot, and then we experience a lot. For example, if you know more about an exhibition that is coming in your area, and which has got a massive exhibition, if you know more about it, then you will go in there and experience various aspects of that exhibition. If you only read a superficial an article and said no 2-3 things summary, that's all you'll go and experience and come back, right? If you learn, then knowledge is because of experience. When you know more, then you experience more, because then you move into the next step of taking action. So learning is a fundamental attribute of human brain, and then there's a lot of parts of the brain are supporting learning. But you know what? We stop learning. When is the last time we start reading books again after when we stopped our graduation? Many times people stop reading. But successful leaders are reading a book every week. And so learning stops, and so experience stops, and then it starts getting bored, and then somewhere it gets translated into crisis, because we limit our world into a few things. The conscious mind, we are using a very small percentage, which is otherwise learning, critical thinking, and then decision making. Visualization is for creation, how we can dream and then visualize, so that our thoughts create reality, create many things. All of it is conscious mind. We use 10% of it. And subconscious, where our behaviors, attitudes, beliefs, habits are stored. I'm an unlucky person. It's in belief that is stored. And so then we look at everything in that unlucky way. Oh, when there is a new project, when there is a competitive choice or something that is possible that we might be able to get qualified, we say, I'm unlucky. So we don't even apply. So a belief system is making us behave certain way, because we have a certain behavior developed through the beliefs. Our behavior is developed into beliefs many ways. And so there are so many beliefs are stored in the subconscious mind, but the 90% research is showing that our life events are through that. We believe in this muhurta, good time and then wrong time. And so because of it, we limit ourselves to so much. How many people in the world follow that? And then how much of it is true? Every science is there, but if the thoughts, because the belief system will limit ourselves, but so many people do not necessarily follow it and still having great life. Belief systems. Amavasya, the no moon day, is the good day in certain parts of the world. It is the worst day in certain parts of the world. What can you say about it? Belief system, right? And so 90% of we are defined by our subconscious mind programs. And then our life events are happening through that. And then the more we understand them, we want to change. But many times we don't want to change, because our analytical mind, our rational mind, is a barrier to change. It's called the veil, the mask that we wear. And then so we do not let anything go in to change the belief system. We are uncomfortable to change the belief system. Advaita Vedanta, Adi Shankaracharya said, everything is one. Nobody needs to be given special thing, and everything is one. All is one. But yet we have a lot of difficulty in accepting that I am that. Instead, we want to say that, this God, this person, this is special, and then we cannot accept. Our analytical mind disturbs our personality, because we have believed in something, and anytime that is disturbed, then we go away from it. People have a belief system that meditation means I must give up non-vegetarian food. Meditation means I must give up my life experiences. And so then anytime meditation is taught, anytime they hear a statement to that effect, immediately disturb their personality, they give up and then go away. The moment they hear that I became a vegetarian, I know some people drop out of meditation because they feel it disturbs their personality that, oh, I can't let go of my non-veg food. And so we get disturbed when we hear new wisdom that is disconnecting with your belief system. And so that's all happening through this analytical mind. And that analytical mind plays and not let us reprogram the subconscious. When I say that the concept of luck is not there, when I learned this through a practical experience by as we apply your thought to reality, then you recognize that luck and no luck are really not there. Instead, they're coming from your past. Something that you have put in motion, some great things that you've done in the past, and they are leading into something beautiful today, and we call it luck. Buddha's Quantum Foundation suddenly became worldwide, expanded significantly worldwide in a short time. Many people said, oh, very lucky. I said, no. It has the practice of, years and years of practice of various things. And then slowly that energy culminates into something beautiful. And so the belief system is always disturbed when we learn new wisdom that is not in alignment with the beliefs that we have. And so when we tell that no, luck is not there, people say, come on, what are you saying? Because we hear from everybody that you are lucky and unlucky. We use these words constantly. So it's difficult to say it's not there. First, we reject it, but instead, meditation helps to drop the analytical mind, subdue the mind, so that then we start looking into the information we learn. And that information we learn, and when I say 8 hours of sleep is a must, and I used to be in that belief, but then I was looking at people like my younger brother and Patriji who are sleeping less and saying, if they're sleeping less and having everyday energetic, and what is it that limited with me? And then only after coming to meditation, I started looking into the statement, little open about it. And then I looked into it, then I adapted to it. Today, I sleep way too less than 8 hours. And then I'm just fine and still very, very energetic, right? Active, great days happen. So what is the net result? It's not to prove a point, but it is something that I gained so much time because I sleep less, I gain a lot of time. It was good. Who doesn't want time? All the busy leaders and executives, and for that matter, everybody wants time. And so again, that time, as with the meditation, the flexibility. So we say anybody who is saying, I can't put 30 minutes of practice of meditation in life, please think about it. Because you say, I don't have time, then break that barrier and then bring meditation, then you're suddenly gaining 3 to 4 hours of extra time in a day. How many people here for practice of meditation feel that they gave extra time? Please put in the chat. Please put in the chat that you have gained extra time. Today you feel sleep less, you do less of unwanted stuff, so suddenly you have more time. All right. So meditation, dear friends, reprogramming the subconscious mind by calming the analytical mind. Unnecessarily is applying unnecessary rational. It calms, and so we start taking the wisdom that we learn, and so they start applying it, and so slowly we reprogram the subconscious. So we start going into newer, different experience of life. When there is situations don't happen, we don't say, oh, it is bad luck. It's so unscientific word to me, bad luck. Because where we can't explain, we say bad luck. Where we cannot explain, we say good luck. And then we just set aside the whole thing without an understanding how things are happening. How scientific is it? The other thing, dear friends, and this is very important, let me conclude it shortly. This is very important, is that our mind has the same mind in our conscious, subconscious. By the way, the representation here is like an iceberg in the previous chart and here. And the seen portion of the iceberg is small. Conscious mind we utilize so much, but the subconscious unseen portion is so big, and that's what playing out in our life. And so then we want to see what programs do I have in my subconscious? What judgments I have about, what beliefs I have about my family members. I don't say my dad is always arguing. And so because you have that belief, because probably you've done 2 times, and so then you don't want to take him to the parties and meetings because he argues in the social interactions. So you miss an opportunity to spend time and then learn more. and you deprive an opportunity for that person because we have believed that this person is not cooperating well. People separate friends because they have this thought process. Because they would probably happen 2-3 times, we believe. And so we separate friends, we have different groups we maintain. Oh, this group, let's not put them this group. Because they behave certain way, and so these two are not compatible. Who are we to separate people? We miss the experiences for ourselves, for others, by doing so. So we look to reprogram the subconscious analytical mind barrier. That is the previous slide. So this slide is talking about the brain waves. At any given time, when you scan the brain, and then so there are lots of thoughts are there, where it's said in one slide, 50 to 60,000 thoughts. Various researchers have different type of numbers, but those numbers are hovering around there. Thousands of thoughts are there, and many are negative. And so the negative or repetitive are more of that stressful thought. The frequency of them are that high beta state, stressful. Or what's going to happen tomorrow when I'm going to that meeting because I did not do a part of what I said I will do. We would have done 95%. 5% probably were not done. We are worried only about that 5%, projecting about the 5. With all that 95% is gone. We don't even give credit to ourselves that we've done 95. We are worried about the 5, and so is the case because the other side also are thinking about the 5, forgetting all the 95. Because by default, we are programmed to look into things that are not happened. What not is happening is what we're programmed to. What we call the bad stuff and the low stuff is what we're programmed to by default look at, right? Not programmed to look at the good side of it by default. And so meditation is helping us to switch because all that negative thought, the repetitive thought is a stressful thought at a high thing. Meditation is slowly lowering the frequency, basically dropping off the thought that are unwanted. And so it is going, here the arrow is showing down. So the mind moving from a stressful mode to goes down into the focused attention mode, further goes down, crossing the barrier of analytical mind into a real beneficial states of the brain. One is the fast learning state called alpha. This is also called solution state. Ordinary solutions come in this state. Ordinary solutions come in this state. You know, we were recently doing a global conference of meditation leaders event in Delhi. Now, this event, as I was conceiving sometime about 5 months before, and then I was beginning to do promotions, suddenly this thought comes to your mind, a solution comes to your mind, what should be the composition of this? And then boom, 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 there are 3 things that come to our mind. I said, we must have, of course, the event is for many, many new leadership. So we must have leadership. Now, should they be 100%? No, suddenly this mixture comes. There is 1/3 should be populated in that room by Buddha CEO and other senior meditation practitioners of this concept. 1/3, let's have people who are deeply value this whole concept of meditation. And so then those who are not with this practice, but they're practicing elsewhere, or they value meditation, they want to learn, so they want to come in. And 1/3, then let's invite the leaders who are not into meditation, but we introduce them. Somewhere that thought came, and then group 1 are there to readily engage. Group 2 are there to actively put their attention to listen. So their presence is there in that room. And then group 3 may not be there, but then this is where we want to approach and then give them all the idea and the knowledge. And so suddenly this thing comes. And so that's a solution that happens to you out of nowhere. And so we execute to it, beautiful. It happens the way we thought about it. And so there is so much of energy in the room and all objectives met. So the fast learning solution state happens. I'm sure for many of you practice meditation is happening. It does. And then when we are doing, and then by default going to this alpha state, it is solution state. In your office, problems are automatically solved. You are so easily, effortlessly getting solutions. How many people have that happening for you? Please write in your chat. Right? Please mention in your chat. Then further, we're going to this theta state, which is the creative insight. This is where discoveries happen, inventions happen. Right? You become very innovative. You are trying new things. And then further, the theta state is also the state where you're tuning into very, very possibilities in the field. And then healing is happening at delta state. Body is healing. That's the dreamless sleep state. Body is healing. And many reasons when people say I'm sleeping today, I felt I'm really sleepy or I slept, is because of this. We go into this delta states, great state. Delta state is a deep sleep state, or it's also a deeply trance state. It is theta delta states of those trance. That means we don't know. You're meditating, somewhere faint music you're hearing. My voice also you're hearing, but maybe very, very faint. You're somewhere there. That's like you're lingering in any of these states. Theta, delta, and alpha states are lingering among these states that time. And so you're not very, very aware of what's happening, like you're not in the focused attention state. And so you're somewhere there in those alpha, theta, delta states, and amazing states for our brain to be in, to pulling out solutions, tuning into new frequencies, and healing. Body is producing several hormones. You can read the book Mind to Matter by Dawson Church. It's talking about and explaining in detail what happens in each of these states, specifically specifying when you go into delta, how some sudden anti-cancer hormones are produced in that state. Very important for the brain and body to go into the deep sleep. Meditation helps us to go into the deep sleep state because it takes us to this delta state directly. What happens after 90 minutes, usually people roll on the bed and roll. And then with meditative mind regularly, sincerely practicing, we're having more quality sleep to go into these states much faster. The last state is the peak performance state observed in many, many international, very performing athletes. They go into this performance state called gamma. And it's happening for meditators at random. Many times it happens where you are going into the deep flow. You forget time and space. And this is also happening very regularly. And so your performance is quite better. You improve your performance over a period of time when you do so. We say meditation is moving brain into these beneficial wave states. So all the unwanted thought is disappearing. And then you are keeping only those thoughts that's very, very relevant, right? Solutions, insights, and then things that are there for no thought state is the healing state, right, friends? So let me stop here. With that as summary and understanding, why would we not take up this meditation to explore and see if I can gain that benefit? Thank you very much for joining. And let me see here who can help to conclude on this aspect.
So, just a minute. We have Surbhi ma'am. So, shall we have her introduce herself?
Srinivas Jolapalamji.
Yeah, hi. I'm Srinivas. I was born in Hyderabad and
Your understanding of this subject as a medical doctor.
basically lot of people are like in the stress state. So they are always stressed out, anxious. So most of the people are in the high beta state. So that's causing like a high blood pressure, and they are not having like deep sleep. So that causing them not like very effective in their work and day-to-day activities. So definitely it's affecting so many people, causing a lot of medical problems, so high blood pressure, diabetes,
Yes, sir.
and a heart attack. So
Thank you. Yes. So you say that the stress is there as a medical fraternity, and then which is meditation by default. And one way is to deal with the stress by changing lifestyle habits. And they all come from thought. And so the meditation is approaching at the root, at the thought level. And the thoughts are controlled, our thoughts are removed, and so then the associated lifestyle habits automatically get corrected. That's really how the behavioral change is occurring, bringing in great health. Thank you, Srinivas Garu, for doing that. Yes, we're quite past the time. Surbhi Madam, please conclude the session.
Hi, sir. So I am also one of the facilitators, and I'm managing the WhatsApp group. And I do go through the entire YouTube video. So, I would like to tell that I have been meditating since January 23. Okay, and it's been something which is it's a life-changing experience for me. There's so many things in my life that had changed. And when people say that, you start meditating and everybody else in your house will also start meditating, was something which I thought is not possible, considering, the kind of people who I have in my family who are they're like totally anti-meditation or something. But 1.5 year hence, and today my husband is meditating. My kids also spend time in meditation. So, it's a proof for me that how it affects everyone. And there are my sister, my mother, everybody slowly they are getting there and they find so much of peace. So it's like
Did we lose her?
Yeah, I think so, sir.
Okay. Okay, so great point there. Apurva, any announcements?
Yes, sir. So, friends, we have sent self-assessment form 1 in your WhatsApp group. So please take 5 minutes of time and fill them. And any of you have not registered for this program, please, we have shared the link in the chat. So please do register and you'll get a link to join your WhatsApp groups, and you'll get the notification and other details in your WhatsApp groups. And also, starting from May 13th, we are having a 21 days youth program, online 21 days meditation program for youth and graduating students. So please do share the information with any students or the same age group for youth or anyone, or from your near and dear, or if you know from your neighbors, and encourage them to join the session so that it will be useful for them. And when they do the session with their similar age group, I think they'll be more inspired and motivated to do this meditation. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, dear friends. Thank you, Apurva. So have a wonderful day. We will, those of you who would like to share an experience, ask questions, stay back for a few minutes, not a lot. Actually, I need to take a flight. But otherwise, have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow. So thank you. Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir. We have Dashratha Ramaya, sir. You can unmute yourself.
Very good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Sir, actually, as a pediatric neurologist, we usually do electroencephalogram, EEG. So all the waves, whatever you explained, we could see, sir. So this alpha waves, normally when a child lies down with eyes closed, but awake, eyes closed, calm, then we can see alpha waves, sir. So as child goes to deep sleep, slowly it goes to delta and theta and delta. So first theta will come, then goes to delta. In deep sleep, the delta waves will be there. So it's nice to connect spirituality with science, the quantum foundation, the quantum physics. I've seen that split theory. So it was
Understood
very
extremely.
fascinating to connect science and spirituality. That's what attracted me, sir. It's great learning from you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dasharamma Garu.
Yes, yes.
That's
So
great.
obviously, everyone says anyone who is having good sleep, they will have a good health. So obviously, as you said, the delta waves is a healing phase. So whoever is having deep sleep, they will have delta waves. So in that phase, maybe healing of the body will be happening.
Yes, that's precisely why meditation is bringing great health automatically. Because
Yes.
in a few minutes, and if you are slipping into meditation in 5 minutes, technically in any minute we can just drop into the delta state. Many times we don't know, but it will drop in, right? We go into that state pretty quickly, and which can take a long time normally for some people. Some people are able to go to sleep pretty quickly. And so we are cutting all that necessary time in meditation to go into this delta states. And so then when you heal yourself and you energize yourself, and so then technically you need less and less, ultimately body needs to be energized. And so you cut down those REM sleep cycle time to go there. When a normal sleep, you take a long time to go into the REM cycles. And normally recommended what, 2 cycles, that is 3 cycles a night. And so you have these 8 hours coming up. And so if you cut down the time to go there, so naturally you are cutting down the net time required to sleep, right? So the meditation fundamentally reduce the time required for the sleep time reduction will happen. It'll happen if we are open to experiment. It will not happen to those who are still hold on to the old belief. They meditate, but they hold on to the belief, no, all the medical fraternity told me I must sleep. And if you hold on to the belief, then you continue to be that way because you continue to create that reality, right? But you're open to the reality and then want to experiment, then it will happen for sure. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Yeah.
Bhavna ma'am, you can unmute yourself. Sanjay sir, you can unmute yourself.
Hello. Namaste. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sir, my question is about the sleeping pattern. I'm here in Karachi, and people usually here get sleep very late night. So this is just a pattern here. People sitting and doing other works. Nowadays that we have technology. So the same thing goes with my family too. So even I say that I should get the dinner by 8 to 8:30 p.m. and just sleep so I can get up early in the morning and do all the other things. Uh, uh, but before the partition, I was reading a book about the yoga written by the Maharaj Kimpal Sharma, who was a student of the Swami Sant Leela Shah. They used to go to the Prabhat Ferry in the early morning at 4 a.m. and do the yoga, meditations, and that practice. But unfortunately, we couldn't get benefit after the partitions. But thankful to you that and the technology that we are connected and learning these things online. So I'm very much thankful to you for teaching us the right methods in a scientific way. So, sir, just let me know about the sleeping pattern. So when, as you said that the 8 hours sleeping is our belief system. So if we get 5 hours sound sleep or deep sleeping, then it's okay. So, just let me know about the sleeping pattern. When should we sleep and for how many hours we should sleep? And so we have to get up early in the morning. So, what should be our sleeping pattern actually? Thank you, sir.
We sleep when we feel sleepy, not when it is at certain time. And we wake up when our body does not need it anymore, not because it's 2 o'clock in the morning, oh my God, I have to sleep, but what will I do till 6? And we force ourselves to sleep. So we feel when we feel sleepy, we got to tune into the body. Our body is always communicating. A small child, what do doctors say? Pediatricians say, go with the child. Don't try to force stuff onto them. When they feel hungry, they're going to tell you in some way. They have a communication with the mom. And so they always are recommending, don't force. Just because you think curd is better, milk is better, go on forcing. Let them take how much they want. So they know when they feel hungry. They know when they're full. They're going to turn their mouth away. They say something, they do something, right? And so body is communicates, and the child is so much tuned into the body, and then we are becoming childlike with meditation. So we start tuning into the body. And when we feel sleepy, we go to sleep. When we wake up and we feel fresh, we don't force ourselves to sleep. Instead, do something very, very, whatever that is most important for you. I used to, in the beginning, when I came into meditation, and it will happen to many people who are practicing now. And then if you're suddenly waking up at 4 and fresh, don't force yourself. It's already an indication that your body, whatever is required, has got it. And so then please take a book and read. You can use it for more meditation, but I use it for books. I read a lot of books. Suddenly extra time. Where you get time during the daytime? And so sleep when you feel sleepy, and then wake up, or no, don't force yourself to sleep when you don't feel sleepy. That's the mantra. Okay. And
Thank
so
you,
there's
sir.
no fixed time for it. If you move into the mindset of your thought is causing your body to respond in a certain way. And if you're worried about it, then of course, then it's going to cause that worry to the body to respond in a certain way. You didn't feel sleepy. Okay.
So actually, sir, we get the cosmos energy while we are sleeping and get up fresh when we have the enough cosmos energy.
You do, and then meditation, you get a lot more. In sleep, you get energy when the mind has to be rested. Mind is not fully rested in sleep. We know that. That's why all the eyes are now rotating this way, that way. It's called dreamy sleep. All the horrible dreams come. And so we wake up low when the horrible dreams come. And a meditator, then resting the mind fully. And so then your quality of sleep improves. And so then you're tuning into higher possibilities because many unwanted thoughts are going away. So horrible dreams stop over a period of time. Many things happen. And the energy that you receive in sleep is true. And so then energy in receiving meditation is a lot higher. And so it compensates for it. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Lataji.
Namaste, Ji. Good morning. Ji, I have one doubt. Many facilitators have been mentioning about groups like Fire, 1, 2, and all that. Have the groups been started or what?
Yes.
I
There are
haven't
5.
I don't think I've been included. Have I been sent any mail or anything for that?
Everybody was sent an email to the registered email ID when you register for the program.
Okay.
There would have been an email for you. It would have sitting probably in the junk box.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So
Let
just
me
have a
check.
look at it and then look inside the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Okay,
You can
so
also connect with Reshma. You're on the coach program. Talk to Reshma too. She can get you there.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
But that's the best. Please check your email first. I'll help.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take one last, and we'll take the remaining tomorrow. Rudila Venugopal.
Hello, sir.
Yes, madam.
Good morning. Yeah. I had one question. sometimes like we feel like we sleep more than 8 hours. Like you were saying, we were comparing we can reduce the number of hours less than 8. We don't need to have 8 hours, right, to be considered as quality sleep. That is our belief system. So why does like sometimes we go for more sleep? So I was just wanted
Yes.
to know.
Of course, we have deprived ourselves of sleep too. Our body at times may need more because it knows inside. I mean, do we know about those trillions of cells coming together and nicely cooperating? We don't know. Where is some discomfort? Where is then that dis-ease? Where is that problem? There may be many ways and certain problems can be there. That coherence is not there among cells. So that's called discomfort and disease. And so body knows. And so then at times it needs extra rest. If you're not meditative enough and if you're not getting that energy, and suppose people who are just doing work without enjoying the work, they're draining energy. They lose energy. Anything you forcefully do, you lose energy because you're doing against your interests. And so then putting a lot of stress on the body because you don't like, you're sending a discordant signal into the cells. And so they're also responding. My master is saying, they're not happy. So I need to produce an unhappy state for which, disease has to come. And so when all that stuff is happening, so it needs some extra energy to again synchronize back and get those hormones back and all that. So sometimes it asks for extra sleep. So when we come into meditation, as we tune in to the body needs, some people will go into more sleep. By the way, those who need more sleep, they'll automatically start sleeping more. Some people tell, sir, I'm sleeping more now. Everybody's saying they'll gain sleep. Don't worry, sleep more. If the body is asking for more, sleep more. All right. In a few days, it'll recalibrate itself. And then slowly, then you will get to an optimized sleep. And an optimized sleep for an individual can be 8 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours, depending on where you first is optimized sleep, and then depending on how you move yourself, your thought, then accordingly, then you can control the body. Okay. So less sleep, more sleep, but both are possible. And as we tune in and then we start listening, paying close attention to our body and feelings. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, friends. So thank you very much for joining. Yes, Sonalji, how is the program going?
Wonderful, sir. So good to be here again. Lovely to see everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope to have Raj. Is Raj able to join or
He's gone for a conference.
conference? Okay.
Yeah.
Not
So,
putting you or him on spot, but yes. Okay.
yeah, no, he's out of state, so he will be gone for 3 days.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you. Good to see
Thank you
you.
all, friends. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.